Hi, and thanks for joining us for our class today. So today's class is designed for tennis players, but it can be enjoyed by everybody too. So Pilates is a great way to help reduce the risk of injury, but also improve movement biomechanics for tennis players as well. So although tennis requires lots of power, strength and endurance of movement, it also requires mobility, flexibility and control of movement. So that's what we're going to focus on in today's class. So remember to always go to a level that suits you, because most importantly we want you to enjoy the class. So we're going to start by warming up in standing and then come down into 4-point kneeling to continue the class from there. Okay, so when you're ready, let's get started. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to bring those toes apart and those heels apart, so those feet at that hip width distance. Just to start, we're going to transfer that weight, come to the front of your toes and then back onto your heels. So just slowly forwards and back. Just looking to find that midpoint between those two movements, so that weight's going nice and evenly down to your feet. Knees are soft and not locked back. Hands up onto your pelvis, and then very gently we're going to tilt that pelvis forwards and then tilting it back. So just gentle movement forwards and back. Looking for that midpoint again, so we're in that neutral position of that pelvis. Cores engaged, ribs soft, collarbones wide and that neck nice and long and lifted. Okay, so we're going to start with some chest openings. So elbows into your side, we're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to open out, squeeze the shoulder blades gently back and coming forwards. And again, opening out, squeezing gently back and forwards. And again, opening out and folding back. Good, and again, opening out and folding back. So as we open those arms out, squeeze the shoulder blades gently together and opening out gently through that chest. Good. So we're just working through that upper back, opening out the chest, also engaging those shoulders, rotator cuff muscles as well. We can make this harder by having a resistance band between our hands if you wanted to work on that strength a little bit in that shoulder. Good. Opening out, squeezing gently back and folding in. Good. And again, last few and folding back. Well done. One more time, opening out and folding back. Lovely, relax those arms down. Good. Now keeping those feet that hip width distance, we're going to drop down into a squat and then coming back. Now imagine you've got a chair behind you, you're sitting that bottom back down and lifting up. Keeping those knees going over those toes and those knees that hip width distance. They shouldn't be knocking in or widening. So dropping down, lifting up. Just going as low as comfortable. Obviously the lower you go, the harder it is. Dropping down, lifting up. Good. Sinking down and lift up. Well done. Drop down and lift up. Drop down and lift up. Lovely. Keeping that control. Sinking down. Lovely. And back up. Good. Now on this next one, we're going to drop down. Bring those arms down just behind me slightly, and I'm going to pulse my arms back. So squeezing those shoulder blades, breathing in, pulsing those hands out, holding this squat if you can. Breathing in, good, and out. Breathing in and out, good. Holding that position, breath in and out. And again, breath in and out. Good. And then bring those arms back up and lifting back up from there. Well done. Okay, so we're going to stretch out through our sides. So we're going to reach one arm up above my head, drop down to that side stretch here, and then we're going to fold in the middle, coming around and lifting back up again. Good. And again, dropping over, folding in the middle, reaching up and back. Good. And again, dropping over, folding in the middle, coming around and lifting up. Good. And again, dropping over, folding in the middle and reaching up. Let's do one last time. Reach over into that side bend, fold in the middle, coming around and lifting back up. Lovely. And relax our arm back down. Do the same on the other side. So we're going to reach up with that arm, drop down to that side, stretching through that side, folding in the middle, coming around and lifting up. Good. And again, reaching over, folding in the middle, coming around and lifting up. Good. Just that little side bend, fold in the middle, coming around and lifting back up. Lovely. And again, reach over, folding in the middle, coming around and lift up. Lovely. One last time. Reaching over, folding through that middle, coming around and back up. Lovely. Relax that arm back down. Good. Okay, so we're going to do a few roll downs from here. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to tuck that chin down, rolling slowly down towards the floor, just as far as you're comfortable. Breath in here. And as you breathe out, gently restacking through that spine, slowly back up into standing. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, tuck that chin down, curling down through that spine, rolling into that C shape, rolling down towards the floor. Breath in here. And as you breathe out, gently restacking, back up into standing. Very good. Now I'm going to come to the end of my mat. So breath in. As you breathe out, tuck that chin down, rolling down, slowly down towards the floor. Breath in here. And as you breathe out, slowly restacking again, back up into standing. Now on this next one, I'm going to roll down into a downward dog position. So breath in. As you breathe out, tuck that chin down, rolling those hands slowly down towards the floor, just softening through those knees. And we're going to walk our hands out, coming down into this downward dog position. And we're going to just stretch through our calves here. So we're going to sink heels down towards the mat, just alternating sides, moving through those ankles, just stretching those toes a little bit as well, sinking the heel down, alternating sides, good, dropping down, side to side from here, sink the heel down, on opposite side, well done, and one more each side, and then coming back to that centre, sink both those heels down, breath in. And as we breathe out, we're going to lower those knees down, and we're going to come down into 4-point kneeling, and we're going to continue our class from here. Okay, so we're going to continue the class here. So in 4-point kneeling, make sure those hands are underneath those shoulders, knees are underneath those hips. Just making sure those elbows are facing each other, so elbows should be soft, not locked back. Okay, so we're just going to start with a gentle cat stretch movement here, just to mobilise through the spine. So we're going to tuck that head under, arch that back up, flexing the spine, and then drop down, look forwards, extending here. Good. So tucking under, arching up, and then drop down, look forwards. Good. So just feel that gentle stretch, flexing and extending through the whole spine, tucking that head under, really flexing through that neck as well. Then drop down, looking up. Good. Just do a few more here, tucking under and dropping down. Lovely. Good. Now just find one more here and just find that midpoint between those two movements. So our back is nice and flat in that neutral position, that tailbone just tucked under gently there, and that belly button just drawn gently up towards the spine, so just keeping that core engaged. Okay, so we're going to start here by tucking our toes under. I'm going to take a breath in to prepare. As we breathe out, I'm just going to lift my knees up, breath in to hold, and as I breathe out, lower back down. Good, and again, breath in. As I breathe out, lift up, just hovering those knees above, and then lowering down. Good, so just engaging that tummy, good, breath in. As we breathe out, lift up, good, and lowering down, lovely. One more here, breath in. As we breathe out, lift up, breath in to hold, and as we breathe out, lowering down, good. Now either stay there if that feels enough, or we can bring our hands another hand and a half just in front here. And then we're going to take a breath in again. As we breathe out, lift the knees, and then we're going to reach forwards, breath in to hold, and as you breathe out, lowering back down and back to the start. Well done. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, lift up, reach forwards, breath in, and as you breathe out, lowering down. Now make sure you're keeping that neck nice and long, so breath in. As you breathe out, lift up, reach forward, breath in to hold, and as we breathe out, lowering down. Good. Now on this next one, if you can, we're going to add a leg raise, so breath in. As you breathe out, lift up, reach forwards, holding this position, and then we're going to raise the leg and lower down. See if we can raise the opposite leg and lower. Breath in, and as we breathe out, lowering down. Very good. Okay, let's do that again. If it's too much with the leg, just stick to the other options. Okay, breath in. As we breathe out, lift up, reach forwards. Raising the leg, opposite leg. Breath in, and as you breathe out, lowering back down. Very good. Okay, let's do that again. Breath in. As you breathe out, lift up, reach forwards. Raising the leg, and the opposite leg. Breath in, and as we breathe out, lowering back down. Well done, last few. Breath in. As we breathe out, lift up, reach forwards. Breath in to hold. As you breathe out, raising the leg, then the opposite leg. Breath in, and lowering back down. Well done, let's do one more here. Breath in. As you breathe out, lift up, reach forwards. As we're breathing out, raise the leg and the opposite leg. Breath in. And as we breathe out, lowering back down. Well done. Let's stretch out here into a child pose. I'm just going to reach those hands forward. So you really work through that upper body as well with this exercise, as well as working that core and our abdominals, because we're really taking that load through our arms with that exercise. So let's just stretch those out. So just relax down through those shoulders. Just let them sink down towards the mat, as well as sinking that bottom down towards those heels. Good. Breath in. As we breathe out, dropping down. And again, breath in. And as we breathe out, relaxing down. Well done. And again, breath in. And as we breathe out, relaxing down. And again, breath in. And as you breathe out, relaxing down from there. Well done. Okay, so we're going to come back up into our 4-point kneeling position here. So hands underneath those shoulders, knees still underneath those hips, elbows soft. Well done. Just tucking that tailbone under, so we're lifting that belly button up towards the spine, just engaging that core there as well. Well done. Okay, so we can do our swimming or Superman movement, whatever you want to call it. So keep that core engaged. We're going to reach one leg away, keeping that back nice and flat, and then folding back. Good. And again, opposite arm, opposite leg, and folding back. Good. Keeping that core engaged, lengthening that leg away, just going parallel with the floor and reaching away. Good. Now, if you can here, we're going to add in that opposite arm reach and control back together. So breathing out as you're reaching away, breathing in as you're folding back. Lengthening through the body. So really working on that centre control by adding arm and leg movement. So what we do often with tennis, we're reaching up, reaching away, but we're going to keep that control through the centre. Well done. Lengthening through, folding back. Good. Reaching away, folding back. Lengthening through, folding back. Well done. Breathe out as you lengthen, breathe in as you fold back. Well done. Controlling that movement, nice and slowly. Well done. We'll do a few more here. Keeping that back nice and flat. We often describe, imagine you've got a tray of drinks on your back. You don't want to spill. Good. Lengthening, folding back. Well done. Very good. And coming back. Very good. A few more here. Lengthening away. Neck nice and long still, just looking down at that mat. Well done. Reaching, fold back. And back. Lovely. Let's do one more each side. Fold back. And opposite side. And folding back. Well done. Okay, now from here we're going to work on some rotation stretch and do our thread the needle. So again, another important movement when we're thinking about tennis. So we're going to reach through, tucking that arm through and under, and slowly coming back up. Good. We're going to alternate sides. So reaching opposite arm through and under, just stretching through that shoulder and that upper back rotation. Good. And back. And again, rotating through, looking around with that head, and back. Good. And again, threading that arm through and folding back. And again, threading the arm and folding back. Well done. Threading that arm through and folding back. And again, reaching around and folding back. Good. And fold back. Lovely. Last few here. Reaching through and coming back. Just stretching and opening out through that upper back. Well done. Let's do one last one each side. Reaching the arm through and back. Last time. And then coming back from there, good. Just drop down, have a quick stretch, just reaching those hands away, sinking down into that child pose again. Breath in. And as you breathe out, relaxing down. And again, breath in. And as you breathe out, relax down. Well done. Just walk those hands back up from here. Lovely. Okay, so we're going to come round onto our sides, just to work in a little bit more rotation in our obliques from here. So just coming down on your side, I want you to have your elbow just underneath that shoulder here, just hand out in front there. Have those knees just slightly in front of those hips here. Good. Okay, so we're going to do a side bend. So we're going to take a breath in. As we breathe out, we're going to lift up, coming up onto that side. Well done. And lowering down. Good. And again, reaching up. And down. Good. And again, reaching up. And lowering down. Lovely. And again. And down. Now on this next one, we're going to reach up. If you can, we're going to come round, thread through, and lift up. Keep here if you can. And we're going to thread through again, and lift up. Good. And again, threading through, and lift. Threading the arm through, lifting up. Good. Threading through. Good. Last few. Thread that arm through. Just working those obliques here. Good. And one more time, threading through and lifting up, well done, and lowering back down, very good, well done. Okay, so we're going to come down onto our sides. If you've got a thicker block here, we can use that just to support our head. So we're going to come down onto our side here, and we're just going to work into our glutes a little bit. So feet and hips roughly in that line, those hips are really stacked on top of each other. Just drop that top hip down, just feel that underneath waist, just lift slightly here. Imagine you've got a little grape fade on a squash. So we're going to keep our feet together, we're going to go into our clam to really work these glute muscles. So we're going to lift up and lower through that top knee. So keeping those hips stacked, imagine you're against a wall, don't let them roll or rotate. We're keeping those hips stacked as we lift and lower through this top knee, well done. And again, lifting and lowering. Keeping that control, keeping those hips stacked as we lift and lower through that top knee. Well done. Good. So we want to feel it in that back pocket side area here. If you don't, you can just straighten or bend your knees up a little bit more just to help really kick that muscle in. Well done. And down. Lifting up and lowering. So either stay here at this level, or if you can, we're going to raise those feet up to hip height, lift up that top knee and lower again from here. Well done. So keeping that core engaged as you lift and lower. Well done. Very good. Really kicking those glutes in as we lift up and lower. Good. Well done. Now on this next one again, if you can, lift up that top knee and we're going to stretch and tap for 8. So we're going to go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then lower that knee down, lower those feet down. If you can, we're going to do the last few together with those feet down, lifting and lowering that top knee. Well done. Just really kicking that muscle in. Keeping those hips stacked, not letting them roll back. Still imagine you're against that wall. Well done. Good. And one more here. And lower that leg down. Well done. Give that muscle a little rub. Have a little stretch out there. Very good. Okay, so we're going to bend those knees up. Drop that block down onto the floor. Have your head at the front of it. Arms out in front. And we're going to rotate through that upper back a little bit more with our arm opening. So we're going to reach up that top arm. Opening out through that chest, looking round and back, following with your head. And then slowly coming back to that start. And again, lift up that top arm. Opening out, coming round and back, following with your head, and then back to that start. Good. And again, lift up that top arm, opening out, coming round and back, following with your head again, and then back to that start. Good. And again, lifting up, opening out through that chest, looking round and back, and then back to that start again. And again, lifting up, opening out, coming round and back, and then back to that start. Good. So don't pull through your shoulder too much. You can bend that elbow if you need to. We're just following around with that head. Your head's just rolling on that block. Opening out, round and back. and back to that start. Good. Lifting up that top arm, opening out, looking round and back, and then back to that start. Good. Last few here. Looking round and back, and then back to that start. And back. Lovely. One last time. Lift up that top arm, opening out, looking round and back, and then back to that centre. Well done. Very good. Okay, so let's come round, do the same on the opposite side, even ourselves out. So we'll bring that block or pillow, whatever you're using with us, and come round. And then we're going to come down onto our sides again. So feet and hips roughly in that line. So those hips are stacked on top of each other. Just dropping that top waist down again. Feel that underneath waist. Just lift gently there. Imagine you've got that little grate we don't want to squash. So keeping that core engaged, we're going to start by just lifting that top knee and lowering. So feet together, lifting that top knee, lower back down. So as before, remember you want to feel it in that back pocket side. We're working this glute med, this side glute muscle. If you can't feel it working there, or you're feeling it somewhere different, just bend and straighten the legs slightly. Sometimes just adjusting that position just helps keep that muscle in the right place. So keeping those hips stacked, we're lifting and lowering through that top knee. Keeping that core engaged, lifting and lowering. Remember that imaginary wall behind us, so we're not rolling or rotating. Keeping those hips stacked as we lift and lower through that top knee. Well done. Lift up and lower. Well done. Keeping that control, lifting and lowering. Well done. Good. Lifting and lowering. Now if that's feeling comfortable, either stay there, or if you can, we're going to raise those feet up to hip height, lift up that top knee and lower down. Good. Lifting and lowering, keeping that control. Well done. Still keeping those hips stacked. Well done. Lifting and lowering from here. Good. Now on this next one, if you can, we're going to lift this top knee, keep it lifted, and we're going to stretch and tap for 8. So we're going to go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower that knee down, lower those feet down, and if you can, we'll do last few together, lifting and lowering, just kicking that glute muscle in, lifting and lower from here. Well done. Last few. Good. Keeping that control, keeping those hips stacked. Well done. And one last time. And then lower that leg down. Well done. Give that muscle a little stretch, a little rest there. Good. Okay, so we're going to drop that block down to the floor, bend those knees up. Just as we did before, have our head at the front of the block, arms out in front. We're going to go into our arm opening stretch. We're going to lift up this top arm, opening out that chest, coming round and back, and then slowly back to that start again. Good. And again, lifting up that top arm, opening out, coming round and back, following with your head, and then back to that start. Good. So remember, don't pull through your shoulder too much. That elbow can be bent. We're just following round, opening out through this chest, and rotating that upper back. Looking around with that head, just gently rolling and rotating on that block. Opening out and going back. Good. Looking round and back, and then back to that centre. Well done. Following round and back. Good. And then back to that start. We'll do a few more here. Opening out and round and back. Good. And again, rotating around and back. Good. And back to that centre. Well done. Last few. And back. Well done. And then one more time. We're going to open out, round and back, and then back to that start. Well done. Okay, so we're going to come back up onto this elbow. I'll move that block over to the side. So make sure that elbow is underneath our shoulder. We're going to do our side bends here. So knees are bent, just having those knees just slightly in front of those hips. And like I said, that elbow is underneath the shoulder there. Okay, so we're going to start by just lifting up. So we're going to lift up and down. So just bringing those obliques again. Lifting up and down. Good. Reaching up and down. Good. Lifting up and down. Well done. Reach up and down. One more time. Good. Now on this next one, we're going to add in that rotation again. So we're going to lift up and then we're going to rotate around and then coming back. And again, rotating around and back. So really adding in that little bit of strength of that rotation. Good. And back. Still breathing. Make sure you're not holding your breath. Good. And rotating around and coming back. Good. Rotating around and lifting back. Good. Last few. Good. And one more time. And reaching up and lowering back down. Well done. Very good. Okay, so let's come down onto our backs now. So we're going to come round, lowering down onto our backs here. Okay, so let's just start by finding that center position as we normally do. So feet and knees that hip width distance apart. Just to start, we're going to tilt that pelvis forwards and back, just looking to find that midpoint between those two movements. So that pelvis is in a nice neutral position. That core's gently engaged, ribs are soft, collarbones wide, and that neck nice and long and lifted from here. Okay, just relax your arms down by your side. We're going to start with the bridge movement. Make sure your feet aren't too far away from your bottom, otherwise we'll get cramp in those hamstrings. So take a breath in to start. As you breathe out, tucking that pelvis under, lifting up, coming up into that bridge, breath in here. And as you breathe out, walking that spine slowly back down onto the mat. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that pelvis under, lifting up into that bridge, breath in here. And as you breathe out, slowly walking that spine back down onto the mat. Good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that pelvis under, lifting up into that bridge, breath in. And as you breathe out, walking that spine slowly back down. So really mobilizing through that spine. We're also working those glutes in our core here as well, but really feel that mobility through the spine as we lift up and then we peel back down again. Now if that's feeling comfortable, we can either stay here, or if you can, we're going to lift up, keep that bottom lifted, keep that pelvis level, and then we're going to add in stretching a leg, lower back down, keeping that level, opposite leg, breath in, and again as you breathe out, walking that spine back down. Good, and again breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that pelvis under, lifting up into that bridge, keep that pelvis level, lengthening the leg, and the opposite leg, and then slowly lowering back down. Good, and again breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that pelvis under, lifting up, keep that bottom engaged, that pelvis level. Try and make sure it's not dipping if you add that leg extension. Good, and then lowering back down. Lovely, and again breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that pelvis under, lifting up into that bridge, pelvis level, lengthening, and again, and then lowering slowly back down. Very good. Last few. Tucking that pelvis under. Use that bottom muscles, lifting up into that bridge. Keep that pelvis level, lengthening the leg, then the opposite leg. And as we breathe out, peeling slowly back down. Lovely. Let's do one more here. Tucking that pelvis under, lifting up. Keep that bottom engaged, pelvis level, lengthen the leg, and the opposite leg. And then slowly peeling back down from here. Very good. Okay, so coming back to that start position, just if you need to tilt that pelvis forwards and back, make sure we're in that neutral position. We're going to go into a one leg stretch from here. So I'm going to show you a few different options just to go where you're comfortable. So we can start with one leg up into single tabletop. From here, we're going to reach the leg away, folding back, lower back down, and opposite leg lifted. Lengthen away, folding back. Now make sure as you lengthen the leg away, we're not losing this neutral pelvis, we're keeping that control as we lengthen through the leg. Breathing out as we lengthen, breathe in as we fold back. Good, breathing out, breathing in. Now if that's comfortable, we can bring both legs up into double tabletop position. And then from here, we're going to lengthen one leg and lengthen the opposite leg. Breathing out, breathe in to fold back. Good. Breathe out to lengthen, breathe in to fold back. Good. Still keeping that core engaged, that control from here. Good. lengthening away and folding back. Very good. So reaching with that leg, stretching it away to that opposite wall, you're lengthening the leg, folding back. Good. Good. Lengthening away and fold back. Well done. Lengthen away and fold back. Very good. Now, if that's comfortable, we want a little bit of extra challenge. We can add in some abdominal work, a little bit of abdo prep here. So we're going to lift up, one hand onto the knee, and we're going to reach away and switch. So we're breathing in and out. So a little bit faster. So breathing in for 2 cycles, breathing out for 2. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Good. Breathing in and out. Good. If you need to lower your head, you can. Otherwise, we can maintain this abdo prep position, just working on those upper abdominals as well. Breathing in and out. Good. Keeping that control. Well done. Breathing in and out. Good. So adding a little bit of endurance to that movement here. Good. Breathing in and out. Very good. Last few if you can, but lower it down if you need to. Well done. Breathing in and out. Good. Last few. Very good. And one more breath in and out. Back to that centre. Lower that head back down. Lower those legs one at a time. Very good. Let's bring those knees in, have a little hug. Very good. Let's take a nice breath in and out here. And on the out breath, relax down into that stretch a little bit further if you can. So breath in. And as you breathe out, relaxing down. Well done. Breath in. And as you breathe out, just relax down from there. Well done. Just sinking down into that stretch. Just that little bit further if you can. Well done. Breath in. And as you breathe out, relaxing down from there. Well done. Breath in. And as you breathe out, just relaxing down again. Well done. So just lowering those legs down one at a time, back to that start position. Very good. Okay, so we're going to add in a little bit of rotation now, a little bit of our obliques work as well, just to get our obliques working. So we're going to start by just having our hands behind our head, and we're going to show you again a couple of different options here. So if you can, we can just lift up, looking to that opposite knee, and then lower down. And then looking opposite side, and then lower. There's a little bit of a side twist here, as we're lifting and lowering. So just kicking in those obliques a little bit. If you can, we're going to bring both legs up into double tabletop, and then I'm going to reach to that knee the same, reaching to that knee the same. Good. Very good. Reaching away. If you can, we can add in just lengthening that opposite leg as we reach away. But if that feels too much, just either keep the legs in that tabletop or legs lowered. It's up to you. Just pick what's comfortable for you. Breathing out as we lift, breathe in as you lower. Good. Well done. So just that little crisscross movement. Very good. Just reaching to that bent knee. Well done. Last few here. Just working those obliques. Well done. Let's do one more each side. And lower that head down. Well done. Lower those feet one at a time back to that start. Excellent. Okay, so let's stretch out through into rotation now. So arms down by side or out to the side of you. We're going to drop those knees over to one side. Turn that head to the opposite side if you can. Just that really nice rotation stretch through here. Breath in as you breathe out, lifting those knees back up. And then dropping over to that opposite side. And then coming back up again. Dropping the knees over, turning that head, just opening out through that spine. Lifting up. Dropping those knees over, turning that head, opening out through that spine. Well done. So we're just rotating side to side here. Good. opening out each side. Well done. Dropping over, turning that head, just enjoying that stretch. Dropping over, well done. Back up and over to the other side. Lovely, last time. Good, and then coming back to that centre. We're going to come back up with those legs and we're going to stretch out through our bottoms and our hamstrings now. So let's start with our bottom muscles. So we're going to put one foot onto the opposite knee. Allow that leg just to relax open there. If that's enough of a stretch, then just stay there. If you can, we're going to bring the other leg up and towards you, just as far as you feel comfortable, just to feel that stretch into that thigh and bottom there. If you want to increase it slightly, you can just drop to that side you're holding, just to increase the stretch in there. Good, so we're going to breathe in and out. On that out breath, if you can, just sink down into that stretch, just that little bit further if you can. And relaxing down, well done. Good, breath in. And relaxing down into that stretch, well done, breath in. And as you breathe out, relaxing down, well done. And sinking down into that stretch that little bit further, well done. And relaxing down. Very good. And then we're going to relax that leg down. Do the same on the other side, opposite foot onto the other knee. Allow that leg just to relax open there. If that's enough of a stretch, then just stay there. If you can, we'll bring the other leg up and towards you, just as far as you feel comfortable, and then we're holding this stretch here. So just breathing in and out on that out breath. If you can, just sink down into that stretch that little bit further. Breath in. And as you breathe out, relaxing down just that little bit further. Well done. Good. So just holding that there, just sinking down on the out breath each time if you can. If you want to increase the stretch, you just drop to that side you're holding a little bit and you'll feel that increase slightly there. Good. Breath in and out, relaxing down. Well done. And let's just lower those legs back down. And we're going to stretch through our hamstrings, so knee up to the ceiling, going to lengthen through the back of the leg. Just feeling that stretch through the back there. You can use your hand just to support that leg. Just lengthening through the back. Don't overstretch it, just go to where it's comfortable. Toes pointing up to the ceiling. And then we can just change the stretch slightly and flex and point through the ankle. So just moving through the ankle here, just gently pointing and flexing. Good. Pointing and flexing. Just moving through here. Good. And then toes pointing up to the ceiling, holding that stretch. Well done. Good. And then lowering that leg back down. And we do the same on the other side, so knee up to the ceiling, lengthen through the back of the leg, holding that stretch here, just supporting that leg, well done. Lengthening through the back of the leg, just going to where you're comfortable, supporting that leg. Often get quite tight here into the hamstrings. Breathing in and out. And then we'll just change that stretch slightly, adding in that ankle movement, so just pointing and flexing through that ankle here, well done. Pointing and flexing. Very good. Just mobilising through. And then toes pointing up to the ceiling again, lengthen through the back of the leg, holding that stretch. Well done. Good. And then lowering that leg back down, excellent. Okay, so come back round up into sitting. I'm just going to do a few stretches to finish off here. Okay, so just sitting up in this position, we're going to just start by moving through our wrists, because our wrists take quite a lot of strain when we're playing tennis. So just to start with, we're just going to circle our wrists around. So just circling one, nice and stretching around little circles here. And let's do the same on the other side, so just little circles around. Good. Just moving through. Then both together, we're going to just stretch them up and then stretching them down. And stretching those arms up and stretching down. Good. Now this time we're going to bring our palms together and just bring those hands down, keeping those palms together, just having a little stretch into that extension position here. Good. And then we can just point those fingers down and then pointing them back up. Good. And again, pointing those fingers down and then pointing back up. Lovely. One more time, pointing down and pointing back up. Good, well done. And then just together, let's do the last few little circles round. Just moving, just keeping that flexibility through those wrists. Well done. And relaxing those arms back down, very good. So let's bring those hands up into that spine twist here. So keeping that neck nice and long, that chin just tucked in. We're going to take a breath. As you breathe out, we're going to rotate around, breath in. And as you breathe out, back to that centre. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, rotating that back around, breath in. And as you breathe out, back to that centre. Good. And again, each side, rotating around. And back to that centre. Well done. Rotating that body around, breath in. And as you breathe out, back to that centre. Well done. Rotating around. And back. One more time. Reaching around. And back to that centre. Well done. And relax those arms down. Relaxing those shoulders. Good. And we're going to drop one hand down. Reach the arm over. Just lengthening through that side. Breath in here. And as we breathe out, back up and over. Good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, reaching over. Lengthen through that side. Breath in here. And as you breathe out, back to that centre. Well done. One more each side. Drop the hand down. Reaching over. Breath in. And as you breathe out, back to that centre. One more time. Reaching over. Breath in. And as you breathe out, back to that centre here. And just relaxing those shoulders around from there. Fantastic. Well done. Well, thanks for joining us for the class today. Hope you've enjoyed it and hope we will see you next time.